today is a good day because I get to spend it talking about chords. And chords are like my favorite thing to talk about. So, yeah. You know what goes really well with chords, though? It's good. That's good. So we start off with a C major add 9 over E. So to think of this chord, you think major triad, and then add the 9th, which is the same as the 2nd, between the root and the major 3rd, and then drop the 3rd of the chord. So the 3rd of C major is E, and if you're playing a chord in root position like this, it's just going to be the note in the middle of the chord, right? So drop that down an octave, okay, and then add that 9th. Really beautiful. The first video I made on this channel is actually about this very chord, a major add 9 chord over the 3rd of the chord. So in this case, C major add 9 over E. So the next chord was a F major 7 with a 9th. This is actually F major 7 sus 9, because a normal F major would be this, right? F, A, C, and then if we were to add the 9, it would be there. So add 9, that would look like our C major add 9. But in this case, we are leaving out this 3rd and just playing the 2nd there, so, or the 9th, and then adding the major 7. Really beautiful chord because you've got the dissonance of this major 7th along with the major 2nd here, and then this 5th is just giving it some stability, you know. So we went from that to this. Really nice. Now, because I was thinking of this melody, I was thinking that as my sort of melodic movement. That's why I went for the sus 9 there, because I still wanted the color of that 9th, but I didn't want to keep the 9 up here. I mean, that's really nice, but I wanted that movement from the G going to the E and then going to the C. B flat major 9. And then I just like went up to the 3rd, like almost like a resolve up to the 3rd. I love chords. I kept this B flat. Let's keep the B flat, right? So keeping the bass note, but then switching up the chord to this, which is an E flat major 9 over B flat. Okay, you can also approach this as sort of a B flat add 4, right? So if you think of like a B flat major chord, just a normal B flat major, add the octave, keep going up there, and then with the 3rd, shift that to the 4th. And you get this really nice add 4 sound. But I was kind of thinking of going to E flat major, just keeping the bass note as B flat. So an interesting thing to note thus far, all of the chords in this progression have been related in fifths, right? So we've kind of been moving through the circle of fifths. We started off in C, then we went to F. So we're going in the flat direction, right? Depending on if you call it the circle of fifths or fourths. If it's the circle of fifths, it's the anti-clockwise direction, right? So C to F. C is 5 away from F, and then we went from F to B flat. F is 5 away from B flat, so we're moving in fifths the whole time. And then we went from B flat to E flat. Okay, all of these have been major chords up to this point. Now, for the first time, we are not going fifth related, and we're also not going to a major chord. So we're going to go to this, which is a C7 sus 13. But this is a nice voicing because we've got the 13 voiced over here, right there, next to the flat 7. I mean, you can voice it like, which is also really nice sounding, right? But I chose to go for this because I had the melody, and then I went, right? So I wanted that jump in the melody, and then we resolve it. And the reason I did that is because, again, I'm thinking of the melody, thinking of the voice leading, right? So voice leading is just how the notes from one chord flow to the next. Chords are really cool. F minor 9 with the 11th. This is like one of my favorite chords. Definitely top 5 chords. I don't know. I don't have a top 5. That'd be unfair to the other chords. I love all of them. I love all the chords. So F minor 9 with the 11th. And I especially like this voicing because you've got all of this sort of cluster, and then you've got this wide spacing between the root and the 7th. So it's got a lot of color, a lot of character. If you can double the 9th up here. So like doubling that G, and you can also add the 5th, and it just gets richer and richer, you know. Oh, so nice. So after this F minor 9, I went to a G7, okay. And again, thinking of the voice leading, I kept this top note, and then these notes, they went up by a half step, okay. And then this G went down to F. So okay, now we have a G9 sharp 5. So there's our G7, that's the root 7, 3rd, and then add the 9th, and then instead of just normal 5, we do sharp 5. And that's nice voice leading wise because that sharp 5 was the flat 7 of the previous chord, the E flat. So it was the flat 7 of this F minor becomes the sharp 5 of the G. And now we head to another sus chord. Okay, we got a B flat 13 sus. So the way to think about a sus chord, if you saw my video on sus chords, you know, an easy way to build a sus chord is you just think major triad below your root. So a major triad below the B flat is A flat. Okay. And then add the major 7 of this major triad. So like an A flat major 7 over a B flat. What happens next is interesting because we slowly morph this chord into a diminished chord or a flat 9 chord, right? So the melody goes first the inner voice. You can drop this inner voice down to form just a normal dominant 7 with the 9th and the 13. So going from B flat 13 sus, drop the sus, get rid of the sussiness, drop it down. Is sussiness a word? I have no idea. I've decided it's a word. Drop the sussiness at E flat, drop it down to the D. to the third of this chord. So we have a B flat 9, still with the 13. And then if you drop the melody down to this F, just normal B flat 9, and then drop this 9th, make it a flat 9. Now you have a B flat 9 chord, B flat 7 flat 9. I kind of think of this in the same way as a diminished chord, because you have this diminished shape up here. And so B flat is just one of the contexts that this diminished chord can function in. And yeah, diminished chords are a very deep topic. Maybe one I will dedicate an entire video to in the future. Hit that like button. No, hit that notification button. But also hit the like button and the subscribe one. Especially the major 9 sharp 11. And then we end off with this beautiful major 9 chord. Okay. So I mean, just again, major 7. To find that major 7, you just think normal major chord, drop the root by a semitone. You can think of it that way. Add the 9th, which is just another third above this, above the major 7, technically a minor third. So major 9, and I did a little pivot there, major 9. Okay. This is all relative to the key of E flat, so went to E flat major 6, back to major 9. And then another one of my favorite chords is sharp 11. So now if you think of sharp 11 to play a major 9 sharp 11, like that sounds like such a mouthful and it sounds hectic to think of, but you can think of it this way. You know, you basically have two triads. You have a major triad and you have a minor triad. And it's just the major triad you have, just think of what is a minor triad a half step below that. So a half step below E flat is D. So just think D minor triad, play that in your right hand. And they've got a major 9 sharp 11 chord. Right? So it's basically D minor over an E flat chord. So yeah, my coffee's almost finished. So I'm gonna stop yapping on about chords now. I'm kind of contemplating starting like a chords and coffee series, you know. I just sit here and I ramble about some cool chords I think you should know. Honestly, everybody should know. Yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys like this kind of thing. Also, super thanks for 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty amazing. I didn't think it would take off as quickly. Well, take off 1,000. 1,000 subscribers is a big deal to me anyway. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button. Even if you didn't love it and still hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Cheers. Till the next one.